Hi there, guys. So, Mike Tyson has said that Andy Ruiz Jr. is making a huge mistake by trying to cut weight for his rematch with Anthony Joshua on December 7th in Saudi Arabia. That will be contested for the unified heavyweight titles that Andy Ruiz Jr. won on June 1st at Madison Square Garden, in dramatic fashion, might I add. So, Mike Tyson doesn't believe it is a good idea for Andy Ruiz Jr. to be changing anything at this stage, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That is the view of Mike Tyson, who is former undisputed champion. So maybe he does know his stuff. This is what Mike Tyson had to say about the subject. There have been rumours that he has been losing weight. I don't like that. I believe losing the weight can affect power sometimes. If it's not broken, don't fix it. He did well at the weight, he should stay at the weight. In the first fight, Ruiz put the pressure on him so fast that he didn't know how to anticipate it. And there were some hard punches. So, Mike Tyson seems to believe that Andy Ruiz Jr. should not be changing anything going into the rematch with Anthony Joshua. Now, Andy Ruiz Jr. has explained that he will try and lose 10 pounds. That is the sweet spot. That is the weight that he wants to lose. No more, no less. Now, obviously, that won't make a huge difference to his power because he's a big guy anyway, for 6'2" and weighing 19 stone. Or if he loses 10 pounds, then he will be 18 stone 3 because he weighed in at 19 stone 1 last time. So it won't make all that much difference considering power, and to be honest, I don't think Andy Ruiz Jr. is looking all that much different anyway. He still looks pretty podgy, and in those pictures that he has taken, where he is leaning forward, and it's taken at a good angle for him, I mean, everyone can lose a bit of weight in a photo. It's pretty easy to do if you get the angle and lighting right, and that's what I believe Andy Ruiz Jr. has done here. I don't think he is losing all that much weight, to be honest. I think that Andy Ruiz Jr. will come in around 18, 19 stone. Not much different from the last time. I don't think there will be too much change from Andy Ruiz Jr.'s side. Now, obviously, Anthony Joshua is also rumoured to be losing weight. He's looking thinner, especially in the video where he was delivered his birthday cake and had drug testers turn up as well. He looks slimmer, so Anthony Joshua is cutting down weight as well. But obviously, Anthony Joshua's weight cut will be more significant than Andy Ruiz Jr.'s, especially considering Anthony Joshua is more muscle than Andy Ruiz Jr. I mean, Andy Ruiz Jr. is mostly flubber and fat. But what that also means is Andy Ruiz Jr. is not carrying all that much muscle. He does carry enough, but not as much as Anthony Joshua, which means the lactic acid does not kick in when he starts to get tired. Not as much as it did last time for Anthony Joshua. So perhaps Anthony Joshua losing that weight in muscle mass will mean that the lactic acid will not kick in when he starts to get tired, which obviously will make his limbs and body feel heavy. So maybe that is something that Anthony Joshua is planning on in the rematch, because obviously Andy Ruiz Jr. is going to drag Anthony Joshua into deep water. He done it last time, and Andy Ruiz Jr. is not going to just take a few punches and go down. He's going to come back fighting. So Anthony Joshua needs to make sure that he has the stamina to be able to do the full 12 rounds if he has to. Now, I believe the tactics of Anthony Joshua will be to box Andy Ruiz Jr., and Ruiz knows that. And also, in addition, I believe that is why Andy Ruiz Jr. may be cutting a little bit of weight, maybe 10 pounds, just so he is lighter on his feet, and he doesn't get tired either, because shifting around a 19 stone frame, especially when Anthony Joshua is moving off to the side instead of just going backwards where Andy Ruiz Jr. can follow him, that will expend a lot more energy for Andy Ruiz Jr. So being a bit lighter on his feet will be in anticipation of Anthony Joshua boxing Ruiz a lot more than he done last time. So obviously the weight cut for Andy Ruiz Jr. is in anticipation of Anthony Joshua's game plan. So is Andy Ruiz Jr. making a mistake by cutting weight? No, not really, because if he is only planning on losing 10 pounds, then I wouldn't imagine that that will harbour him in any way, shape or form. I don't think that will cause Andy Ruiz Jr. any problems in the fight. But obviously, Anthony Joshua will be lighter, so I believe that Andy Ruiz Jr. is also following suit. But I don't believe he has lost as much weight as he has made out in his pictures, because he had a press conference like a couple days after, and he still looks pretty podgy, so there is no reason to believe that Andy Ruiz Jr. is much lighter than the first fight, especially considering he went over to Saudi Arabia, and obviously New York and London, to promote the fight, the rematch with Anthony Joshua, and he looked huge. I mean, more huge than the last fight, so he was massive. I mean, he was out of shape, so I don't believe he can lose all that much weight in that short space of time. I mean, it's impossible and unhealthy, I would say. So Andy Ruiz Jr. will not try and fix what isn't broken. He's a big guy. He's always going to be a big guy. If he's lighter, then perhaps that takes something away from his game, because Andy Ruiz Jr. is short, he's stocky, he's stout, and he's heavy, and he likes to take centre ring. Now, if he has to try and fight off the back foot and go around the outside of the boxing ring, that is going to be something that he isn't going to be able to do. He's going to have to take center ring because he cannot fight off the back foot. That is why when Anthony Joshua hurt him, he came forward instead of going backwards. When Anthony Joshua hurts an opponent, often they'll just go back and retreat to the ropes. But Andy Ruiz Jr. didn't do that because he knows he can't fight on the back foot. And he cannot fight going backwards, so that is why he done the only thing he knows how to do. His fighter instinct was to come forward and take a few and land a few. And it worked out for Andy Ruiz Jr. He gambled and it worked. But not only did he gamble, he was doing the only thing he knows how to do, which was fight on the front foot and bring the action, because there's nothing else that Andy Ruiz Jr. can do. He cannot fight off the back foot because he's not light enough on his feet to do so. So if Anthony Joshua does get that center ring, then Andy Ruiz Jr. is going to struggle to get a foothold in the fight. Because, as I said, Andy Ruiz Jr. at that size and at that weight, he needs to be taking center ring. If he cannot do that, then he is going to struggle. So perhaps Anthony Joshua will come out and try and grab center ring. But then again, with Anthony Joshua being lighter and less physically imposing, then maybe Anthony Joshua will struggle to grab center ring. Perhaps Anthony Joshua is planning to fight off the back foot. But if he can get center ring, then I think that will be a great bonus. Get that jab in Andy Ruiz Jr.'s face straight away. Then obviously Andy Ruiz Jr. is fighting a fight that he doesn't want to be fighting. Then Anthony Joshua is having the fight on his terms, which is very important, I believe, in the rematch, because Andy Ruiz Jr. made Anthony Joshua fight the way he wanted to fight in the first one. But anyway, guys, what are your thoughts on this? Mike Tyson saying that Andy Ruiz Jr. is making a huge mistake by trying to cut too much weight for the rematch. And also, do you believe that Andy Ruiz Jr. is actually losing any weight? I mean, maybe he will have lost 10 pounds, but maybe 10 pounds could bring him back down to 19 stone, his fighting weight, because he did balloon up, especially after the fight with Anthony Joshua. So losing 10 pounds could bring him back down to 19 stone, his fighting weight. So maybe he's not actually losing any weight compared to the last fight. But anyway, guys, drop your thoughts in the comments below, click the thumbs up, and subscribe if you are new. Thanks, guys.